Hey, welcome to your Sagittarius horoscopes for the week of November 5th through the 11th. And it's official. Mercury is moving on into Sagittarius. What's also interesting coming up, not this week, but in the future, just so you can prepare yourselves for this time next year, is that Mercury's retrogrades are moving out of the earth signs and into the fire sign. So we'll be ending our last Mercury retrograde next year around this time with a full Sagittarius Mercury retrograde. Good thing that is a year from now, though, and that's not happening specifically this week. Focus is on those that support you. Mercury brings career and legacy into that focus. And there's a couple of things here that are interesting. One is Mercury square with Saturn. Saturn is all about responsibility, in many cases, personal responsibility, especially with his focus being on you and yourself. And it is sort of taking responsibility for your career and what it is that you want to do in life. Now, I feel that this can be a difficult thing for Sagittarians, because for a couple of different reasons. One, Sagittarians get very easily distracted. Every Sagittarian I've ever known gets very easily distracted. And it's those squirrel moments that take you off the path that make it so difficult to get back on the path again, if that makes sense. The other thing is, I feel like what's really important in this lesson here, this small little minuscule challenge for you guys here is that we spend a lot of time basically blaming everybody else on why we're not successful. We're not successful because somebody else needs our help, or somebody keeps infiltrating our time, or, this person wasn't there to help me, so I couldn't do it. I mean, I hear that a lot. I've heard it a lot out of my own mouth, to be honest with you. But in terms of my clientele, I hear that a lot. And the truth of the matter is that we have time. Whether we manage that time correctly or not, that's really the question. So even though you made time to focus on your success and somebody came in and infiltrated that time, doesn't mean you can't reschedule time towards your career later on, right? A lot of it is excuses. I hate the words yeah, but, because yeah, but means I know what you're saying, but I'm choosing not to hear it, or I'm choosing not to follow it. I'm choosing not to be successful. That's what you're saying over and over again. But we don't want to say it's our fault. We want to point the finger at somebody else. The more we accept responsibility in our own craft, the more successful we are, period. And while it's very difficult to look at ourselves honestly and see where we're screwing up our own lives, it's necessary in order to be successful. If you don't identify that, you cannot eliminate that. And that's the whole purpose of that, not to drag you down, not so you can beat yourself up, so you can eliminate the problem and move on. Mercury is also in a grand sextile with Venus as well as Pluto. Now, Sagittarius is finally out of that focus on trauma. Pluto brings that focus on trauma back in, but in a very helpful way, actually, because part of this identification of your own responsibility, you can see the roots of where that was created in the past. And this is where our past drama or trauma, either way, this is where our past drama has control of us. I keep saying drama instead of trauma, and I guess we're just gonna go with it. Okay. We don't want it making decisions for us currently now. We don't want our past drama or trauma, whichever one it is, to rule how we make decisions now. But it does. Until we put a stop to it, it always will. So this self-exploration kind of brings some of that up in order for you to work through it and put it in a place where it doesn't hold the same importance over your life as it did before. We also have Venus's creative flair working in this as well. Venus is focused on finances and sort of bringing up creative ways of dealing with these financial situations, not the same black and white way you always have, but some new ideas to kind of help with that. And also, success in our career definitely means more money, usually, or at least helps to find those creative ways for us to be able to manage our money accordingly. So everything is lining up successfully for you guys. That's the bottom line. The money is coming in, the opportunity is coming in, but you have to be the one to take it. And that's where it all gets scary, because you have to be the one to make the decision. You have to be the one to say, okay, I am going to invest my time in my career. I'm going to invest my time in making that money. I think it's a difficult choice for a lot of people because it takes up a lot of time. And sometimes it's difficult to give up that time. Don't give up the time, just reschedule the time. You don't have to give up everything you love in order to commit to something. Don't let your brain tell you that that is the exchange, because it's not necessarily always true. So that's what I have for you guys this week. Exciting stuff there. As we have Mercury coming in to help us make these very important decisions. If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip or donation through my coffee link in the description. I love all the coffees. I would love more coffees, of course. And also, I'm currently putting my services on that link as well. So while the website is being redone, you guys can book right through that link, easy peasy. You know, it should be very easy as sending a donation. So I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you so much for watching this week. I so enjoy my time with you guys every single week. I hope you're enjoying that time as much as I am. And you guys have a great week, a powerful week, a let's be successful week, because it's all lining up specifically for that. And remember, the more time you're spending in your mind trying to convince yourself that you can't do it, that's valuable time being taken up that could be used to be successful. Just think about that. You guys have a great week. Make it a great week, and I will see you guys next week.